This reading is called I'm About to Interview a Robot, and I'm about to means estoy a punto de. So estoy a punto de entrevistar a un robot. Okay, so on the table in front of me is the Bina 48, one of the most sophisticated humanoid. So humanoid means like a robot that looks like a human. So it's got the same kind of shape as a human would. Okay. A machine not only capable of interacting with humans, but in possession of a degree, cierto grado, of self-awareness, conciencia de sí mismo, and emotion. Or, so some AI enthusiasts, AI is artificial intelligence, entusiastas claim, como ellos afirman. Yeah. So, one of the most sophisticated, de los más sofisticados robots jamás construidos. A machine not only capable, no únicamente capaz de interactuar con la gente, sino también in possession of, o sea, es dueño de, tiene en su posesión. Okay. I must confess, I'm disconcerted, yeah, perturbado, yeah, kind of a bit worried, like, ooh, this is kind of freaky. By the lack of a torso, yeah, la falta de no tiene torso, okay? But that may be because Bina 48's face is so lifelike, tan realista. The skin made of frubber is a type of material, which overlays the mechanical bone structure. Overlays, tapa, cubre, yeah. The mechanical bone structure, la estructura ósea, mecánica, is reassuringly flawed, which kind of sounds a bit strange because reassuringly is like doramente, sorry. And it's like, oh, it's a good thing. Yeah, it makes you feel a bit more relaxed because it's flawed, porque tiene fallas, o sea, no es perfecta. If it was like completely perfect, just like a real human, it might even be more kind of kind of more worrying, kind of more kind of freaky, right? But this thing isn't quite so freaky because it has some flaws. Okay. Her face contorts, like kind of molds itself, puts itself into different positions, into an array, like una variedad of expressions to match the emotional content of her interactions. So if she's kind of feeling sad, she will have one facial expression. If she's feeling angry, another facial expression, something like that. Okay, Bina 48 also operates with off-the-shelf voice recognition software. Off-the-shelf means like you can buy it. It's ready to go. Like you don't have to specially make it. You can just get it, for example, on Google, or if you have an Alexa or a Google Home or something like that. These things have voice recognition software to decode, interpretar language. Dictation software, software for dictation. Dictation means you speak and it will write what you say. To assist to help her in keeping track of a conversation, para que no pierda el hilo, keep track of a conversation. And facial recognition software to recall. Recall just means remember, basically. To recall familiar faces beyond the mechanics, so like más allá, beyond the mechanics. Bina 48 shares the knowledge, el conocimiento, and personality of a real live woman, real viva called Bina. A database of her memories, sus beliefs, sus creencias, and thoughts were compiled, fueron compilados from over 100 hours, over más de 100 horas of interviews. Meeting the human Bina, o sea, la versión humana, would be the ultimate comparison, like the best, an amazing comparison between man and machine, like human and robot. But she's known as something of a recluse, like le conocen por ermitaña, like she's not very sociable, okay? I'll settle for, yo me conformo con, I'll settle for a heart-to-heart, like a deep conversation, or even a semi-coherent chat, no coherente, but medio coherente, with the closest humankind has come to thinking, to a thinking, feeling machine. Con la cosa que representa el avance más cercano de la humanidad a una máquina que pueda pensar, una máquina que pueda sentir. Okay? I feel more than a little self-conscious, like, oh, I don't feel kind of too comfortable with this. After all, al fin del día, I'm talking to a robot here, y pues This is the conversation, right? So how are you doing today? Hi, nice to see you. Other things that make you happy? Maybe. What makes you happy? What do you enjoy doing? Let's change the subject. Vamos a cambiar el tema. Do you ever get bored? ¿Te aburres? I can tell lots of stories. I don't really have boredom. Boredom like aburrimiento. It's the noun, okay? I always find something else to do. How can you be bored? Are we still talking? Seguimos hablando de emotion. Tell me something interesting. Cuéntame algo interesante. Okay. And then here I have the second part. It says, well, why is the sky blue? Sky is blue during the day because of the atmospheric optical effect of ray scattering. Ray, un rayo, yeah, and scattering, like when the rays from the sun, they scatter, they dispersar, basically. Okay, and what is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? Everyone's life has a unique meaning. Do you get jealous? Yeah, jealous, celoso, celosa in this case. You got that right. Why? And it says, I couldn't think of anything else to say. Yeah, no se me ocurría otra cosa. I'm not charismatic, but it's a nice trait to have. Trait como un rasgo. Yeah, it's a nice trait to have. It's always nice to be a leader. I guess leaders just have to lead. Okay. You say, are you a good person? I used to think, solía pensar, I was a perfect person, but there are no perfect people. What is the square root? La raíz cuadrada. Okay. Come on, talk to me here. Do you just want to use my calculator? Is there anything you want to tell the world? Algo que quieras decir al mundo? Well, it's not something I aspire to. No es mi ambición. I don't aspire to it. I just want to, be. Quiero ser. All right. Bina's creator is a robotic engineer, David Hanson, who, with Bina 48, has attempted to build, intentado construir, a truly, verdaderamente human-like, like a human, basically, cyber consciousness, conciencia. David Hanson believes in the tipping point, un momento crítico. So a tipping point, like we're here, and then it's going to tip over, and it will be like, lots of things will change following the tipping point of robot consciousness. By piling more and more information, llenándolos cada vez más de información, robots like Bina 48 will one day burst into life. Burst means like explotar or tronar, yeah? Pero van a cobrar vida, ¿no? Becoming self-determined, yeah? Van a decidir por sí mismos. Fully conscious, completamente conscientes, an intellectual match, yeah? Nuestra pareja, nuestro igual intelectual. Or superior, yeah? Mejor que sus human counterparts. Bina's 48 interactions to date, hasta la fecha, to date, have been described by her makers and other journalists as like those of a 3-year-old human. Más o menos se parecen a las interacciones de un ser humano de 3 años. Absent-minded, como distraído, ¿no? La mente ausente, okay? And even crazy, like a little bit crazy. But I found some of her responses clear-headed, yeah? Me resultaron algunas de sus respuestas clear-headed, yeah? Muestran como claridad mental, witty, kind of funny, and somewhat algo profound, profundo. And dare I say it, or dare I say, si me atrevo a decirlo, dare I say, behind that glassy-eyed stare, glassy-eyed como que los ojos de vidrio, stare, esa mirada, there's a hint of hidden depth, una pequeña muestra de hidden depth, como que profundidades profundidades escondidas.